In today's episode of the Hexagon Challenge, we have applied for a new job. I will detail which one it is. And we have our Torneo Betplay Dimayor Torneo Apertura final over 2 legs against Orsomarso Sporting Club. Let's go! Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome back to Shaun Does FM. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to keep up with the Hexagon Challenge here. In today's episode, it is a big 2-legged tie against Orsomarso Sporting Club. If we win this, we will go through to a promotion playoff at the end of the year. If we win this and the same final for the second phase of the season, the Dimayor Torneo Finalization, then we won't need to play a promotion playoff because we'll go through automatically. So hopefully we can at least win this one and we'll be in a really good position for the rest of the season. As I said in the intro, I have applied for a job. I actually applied for 2. The first one was Colo-Colo, who are in the top division of Chile. If you look at the season preview, you can see they're in 9th at the moment, but they're a team who were expected to be finishing 3rd. I thought that was a decent step up for me. And what we're doing while we are here at Cucuta Deportivo, obviously 2nd Division of Colombia, it isn't really helping us in terms of the Hexagon Challenge, but it is with our overall reputation because we've been able to get a few more coaching badges than we were in New Zealand. So we went for this job, we didn't get it, but as you can see, it would have been a good one to get because we would have climbed a division and we essentially would have fast-tracked our progress by a year. But they didn't like the fact that I was not prioritising set pieces in my tactics, which was interesting. And we have applied for another job as well, and we haven't heard back about this one yet. It is in China with Guangzhou Evergrande. That team is without a shadow of a doubt the big dog in China. You can see they are struggling at the moment, 8th in the Chinese league. But you look at the club, look at their profile, you will see they've got 2 AFC Champions Leagues, a bunch of local titles. They've got a balance of $309 million. Their transfer budget's $252 million. It's a ridiculously big club. It is 3-star reputation, so we maybe are just a little bit shy of needing to be where we should be for that job, but I've gone for it just in case. It's a club that, even if they don't qualify for the Champions League the year that we get there, given their current league position, we should be able to get success with fairly soon. We'll see what happens. I'm not expecting to get it, but as for I better tell you guys, just on the off chance that we did indeed receive some good news about that application or indeed get an interview. So we only played the 1 game since yesterday's episode against Union Magdalena. It was against Bogota FC away, a 2-2 draw with an entirely rotated squad. As you can see, we completely changed things around. We even put our young goalkeeper in for Sandoval, so to get a 2-2 draw here was not a bad result, and you can tell by the stats that we were slightly dominant in terms of shots anyway. The game did not start off well for us, at least in the first half. The first 2 goals were for Bogota. Mena put a nice ball in here. Garcia was played onside by one of our centre-backs. Free header, put that in the top right corner. Then they got a penalty. It was a bit harsh. It was a tackle right on the edge of the box, but it was given and they slotted that away. But then right before half time, Lasso, our young 3-star midfielder, with a nice low hard finish into the bottom right. So it was 2-1 at half time, not 2-0. And then early on in the second half, a long throw, Arias heading that onto a young winger in Hernandez. And we were able to get a 2-2 draw, which doesn't mean much if we're being honest because we'd already qualified, but a decent result considering Bogota are a team who can, or who have looked quite lethal in terms of scoring. So for our youngsters to get a draw against them, I think away from home is a really good result. That does mean it's been a whole week since our last game. So our first team players are fully fit and we have these 2 legs coming up over the space of 4 days. The first leg away from home, so we can hopefully get a result, hopefully an away goal at the worst, and then take them home and produce something good there to close this out. The last time we played Orsomarso was very early on in the season and a 1-1 draw at home, so they are definitely not going to be pushovers, and an away goal would be very useful. I will show you the league table quickly, the overall league table if I can, because with these playoff games also included, we now have a 13-point gap at the top, which means even if we somehow don't make one at the first playoff final, at the end of the season, we will definitely be in a promotion playoff. I can't see us blowing a 13-point lead over the second phase of the season, so we should be in line for at least a place, even if we don't win today or in the second phase final, should we get there. But that is what we've needed to do in terms of catching up. We will crack into this first game of today's episode, the away league. We are going with the team that we have gone with for the most part recently. They're all fit, they're all ready to go. And on the bench, again, pretty much the same team. Ergene Murillo is back. He has just recovered from an injury in time to make the bench. I'm not sure why I've got Salas on the bench there actually. I should be taking him off. Who have I been using? Cano, that's the player I'm looking for. You haven't been too impressed with Salas. I think I mentioned that last episode or the one before, so we'll make that change as well. But that is our team. You can see, so we've got some nice green links between the players now. Some of them nice dark, a few light green, but overall these players now are starting to really click with each other. And we do get TV presentation. You'll see Orsomarso line up in exactly the same formation that we do. Not, I say the same formation, their instructions obviously quite different, but it should be interesting coming against a team who do play in a quite similar way to how we do. We are in our red with white shorts, and we are playing left to right in this first half. Orsomarso in the all blue, they kick off. And it is Tovar getting them on the front foot early. Back to Valencia, Pereira. They might have some space on the left here early. Play it back to Valencia. Suarez blocks that, and we are able to clear, and hopefully that's the highlight. It is 0-0 after 2 minutes. A throw-in deep in the Orsomarso half here, and they've given it straight to us. So a good chance here after 8 minutes. Marulanda is on a run. Tries to play it into Labastides, but his shot is blocked, and I think he was offside as well. So wasted possession there. 10 minutes gone, still 0-0. And we have a free kick here. Looked like it will be for offside considering where it was. Sandoval was well off his line, but luckily we've held possession. And now we find Acosta down that left, and he will try and play Marulanda in here, and indeed he does. He puts the ball in Labastides on the end of it. What a strike on the volley. 1-0 after 12 minutes, and a crucial away goal, you would think. I thought that was going over the bar. That is a heck of a strike from Jean Labastides, who, in between these last couple of games, we have been offering players new contracts because quite a few had them running out. That is a wonderful strike. That's going to be up there in goal of the season discussion, I'd say. Wonderful start. Our first shot, it's a goal. 1-0 after 15 minutes. And immediately, Orsomarso with a throw-in. Glezo, Ramirez. Can we pinch this off them? No. They play it back amongst the players on that right-hand side. Back to Santa Maria. But now they'll give it away to Labastides, the scorer of the first goal. But now we've given it away to Yepes, and he is in here. But luckily, Sandoval is able to cover. Slightly hairy, but it remains 1-0 after 18 minutes. And now a free kick to Orsomarso. They take it short, and now back out to Geraldo. He'll have a strike. Ooh. Did that hit the post? It wasn't the greatest angle. Either way, it was close. It remains 1-0. And now we have a corner kick. A bit of action happening now that we've got that first goal. Acosta into Ordonez. That's just over the top bar onto this netting. Remains 1-0. Lots of chances. 24 minutes gone now, and a long throw. Roman puts it in. Oh, Mena drops it, but luckily Orsomarso clear it, at least in their case. Labastides up to Venegas. Acosta tries to play it through. Urlego with a long shot, but Maldonado able to cling on to that, and it will remain 1-0. Throw in 29 minutes, a brief period to catch my breath, and Orsomarso hold on to the ball. Alegria to Santa Maria. Up to Pereira, Valencia, their midfielders knocking it about nicely. They switch it out to that left-hand side. Briefly, now they're over to the right. Ramirez, back to Valencia. And Urlego makes a tackle, and Marulanda hoofs it forward, but we're not able to regain possession. Now Yepes is in here, and good save from Sandoval, and he was onside, so they will have a corner. Good save from Sandoval, early doors. Geraldo with the corner, it is headed away from Ordonez, and this is Hernan Venegas territory. Running down the right, good tackle though, but the highlight will end, and after half an hour it's still 1-0 to us, Cucuta Deportivo. And half time, the last 15 minutes of that half, very uneventful, and in terms of shots, you'd argue they've had the better of it with 3 on target compared to our 2, but luckily Jean Labastides with that absolute rocket into the top left corner has given us the advantage, and it is a very even game. Most of the boys still fit, as you would expect after having a week off, so we won't make any changes. Tell them that they are playing well, but they can still do better. We believe in them, and we'll get into the second half. This time we will be playing right to left, and we kick off. Suarez with the ball early, Edmonds, Green, Ordonez. Try and play it forward to Venegas. We give the ball away though. And now Geraldo down the right. Can they strike early after we waste possession? It's over to Ramirez. He plays it back to Valencia. Now they settle things down an hour and a half, but then they give it away to Labastides. He puts a ball in behind. I think that was supposed to be for Venegas, but Marolanda's actually going to get onto it. Venegas, a lovely ball in for him, but Maldonado, the ball has hit straight at him. It remains 1-0 early on in the second half. Now we have a corner. Labastides puts it in. Ordonez, I take it that was cleared by them. Sinistera gets a hit on it, but this time puts it wide. He's got a few goals recently. That one would have been nice, but it's not to be. It remains 1-0 as we come up to 55 minutes gone. Throw in after 63 minutes. Roman into Labastides. Very uneventful since the half hour mark this game. And Labastides, I think that was, put the ball in there. It is cleared by the Orsomarso defence. Now Sinistera to Urego. Hernan Venegas, a few shots blocked. And they clear it, and it will remain 1-0. And now we have a long throw, which Maldonado fumbles in goal. So he doesn't look the most comfortable under eerily anyway. And we build up again. Sinistera, Suarez, Edmonds, Green, not having the greatest game, but we'll leave things as they are now. Costa in lots of space down that left-hand side. Marolanda hits the post, and it would have beaten the keeper. And it remains 1-0. And I think what we might do here is we've got some tired players. The ones who aren't playing too well. Urego is the one that comes to mind. Now I'm just thinking, I think Lasso might be better suited. I'll just see who's got the best tactical familiarity here. It is actually Caicedo. So we will bring Caicedo, the experienced head on for Urego. Hopefully he can do something for us. He's one of the players who I haven't actually been able to sort out contract-wise. He wants quite a big wage. So hopefully he can prove me right here, or prove me wrong. 20 minutes to go, we're still 1-0 up. Okay, another tired midfielder. This time it is Sinistera. This time we will bring Lasso on for him. And the other player who's tired at the moment is Marolanda. Playing well, had that good chance. Just debating, we've got, 10 minutes left. We may as well keep him fresh. That will be our last sub. We'll bring young Franklin Cano on for him. And hopefully these boys can at least see out a 1-0 win for us. Maybe even make it 2. And that would be very nice going into a second league at home. Okay, we're coming up to 90 minutes. We have a highlight. I hope it's for us. It is out to Cano. And he plays a nice ball through for Venegas. And that's a golden chance. Maldonado's actually got something on that, I believe the commentary said. It's a heck of a save because, boy, that looked like it should be scored. And now it's a highlight for Orsomarso with only 1 minute left. He's got to be offside. Indeed he is. Renteria puts it in the back of the net, but was, to my eye, quite offside, and it will remain. They're not even going to show us the line there, which is interesting. And we will take our time. I've told the boys to time waste somewhat, and now we're getting the replay. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, as you can see, the right back there took a nice step up, and it remains 1-0, and we have 20 seconds to go. Wasn't sure about that pass from Sandoval, but we've been able to claim it off the header. Lesso just keeps possession for us. Acosta will play back to Caicedo. back into Suarez, who is on a yellow card. I think he'll be fine for our second league game. And now Costa in the box. It's a tackle. The referee's blown his whistle, but it's for full time, not for a penalty. And we will have a 1-goal advantage going into the second league at our home ground. Overall shots, we definitely had the better of it in that second half, most notably Marulanda hitting the upright, and also Venegas, a really good save out of Maldonado, the goalkeeper. But I have to say, I think we deserve that win. Hopefully we can put in a slightly improved performance back at our house and at least keep them to a draw. And if we can, we will have claimed the first phase of the Colombian second division, and we will make our way into a playoff final if that is the case at the end of the season. We will come back for that second game in a few days' time. So here is the second league. We have had to make one change. Sinistera has decided to go on holiday after being too tired. We've brought Caicedo in for him, and Acosta comes onto the bench. There is the Orsomarso team. They do look very similar to the first league, and the uniforms are exactly the same as the first league as well, this time in front of our home crowd. And it's a pretty big home crowd too, about 35,000 expected, which is a bit more than usual, 15,000 we get for league games. But Orsomarso will kick off, and they are playing right to left, and nothing happening after 2 minutes. Corner after 8 minutes here to us, Cucuta Deportivo. It's whipped in, and it's a penalty. Edmonds Green looked like got pushed over, and Labastides will have a brilliant chance early on to put us 2-0 ahead overall in the tie. And he does, buries it bottom left corner. The keeper went the right way, but didn't quite stretch out far enough, and now we are in a very good position to secure a place in the promotion playoff at the end of the year. Here's that penalty again. Too much power on it. It got by the keeper before he could get there, and we are up 1-0 early, 2-0 on aggregate. Throw in coming up to the 18-minute mark. Marulanda will receive it from Acosta and give it straight back to him as our left-sided players knock the ball about a bit. It's back to Suarez. He gets up to Marulanda, to Urlego, and Acosta again. Back to Suarez, up to Caicedo. It's been a good start for us so far. We have given the ball away there though, but are able to recover the misdirected header from Orsomarso. And now Marulanda in the box. It's a low strike to the right of the goalkeeper, or to the left of the goalkeeper, I should say, but he gets down and makes a good save. And we will have another corner. Labastides puts it in. No penalty this time, but he will be able to put another cross in here perhaps. Tried to find someone on the edge of the box, but the pass was off target. And the highlight continues. Acosta finds Marulanda again. Back to Suarez, Urlego. Caicedo now finds Acosta on the left. Urlego, he'll put one in for Labastides. That's his second of the game. We are cruising at the moment. It's a very good start. 2-0 today, 3-0 on aggregate inside 20 minutes. Jean Labastides has, of course, scored all 3 goals in this tie now. That wonderful volley in the first league, and now a penalty and a nice strike from that Urlego cross. Kept it low, hit it hard into the bottom right corner. 3-0, things looking good after 20 minutes. And that was the first half. No highlights apart from those ones that goals are scored from, which is a little bit unusual when extended highlights are on. A very good half. We didn't have many chances, but the ones that we did have, we made the most of. A penalty and a goal from the edge of the inside box to John Labastides. 2-0 at halftime in this game, but 3-0 on aggregate, and with that away goal, it's looking very good. Obviously, if Orsomarso were able to tie things up overall, then that wouldn't be so good. But it's looking good so far. We'll leave things as they are and get going with the second half. We are kicking off this time and playing right to left. The last 45 minutes of the first stage of the season. Off the back of this, there is a month-long break with a transfer window, so we'll discuss that at the end of this episode. Labastides trying to put a good ball in for Venegas, doesn't find him, cut out by the Orsomarso defence. And yet again, another ball tried to be driven into the box, but it's cut out and it remains 2-0 early on in the second half. We are now in the 70th minute. This second league's been pretty quiet highlight-wise. We do get the ball on the edge of the box. So Orrego is a shot, and it's over the top of the bar. I thought the keeper might have got a touch on that, but it will remain 2-0. And we will look to make changes. I was going to take Labastides off, but that's just silly when he's on a hat-trick. We might take our other front three players off though. Marulanda and Venegas both only going okay. So what we will do is we will bring Franklin Cano on for Marulanda and Jacobo Arias on for Hernan Venegas, and that will do for the moment. Carlos Ordonez is not having a great game at the back, but not very tired, so I think we'll leave that as it is, and hopefully things keep going the way they are. I guess not the most entertaining second half, but I don't mind that if we progress. 3-0 on aggregate, 2-0 today. Throw in for Orsomarso in the 80th minute is cleared out by Orrego out to Caicedo, who loses the ball for a tackle. It's gone out to their Suarez, Valencia, and a bit of space in the attacking midfield. Tovar, Ramirez on the right has some space to whip across in here. It's blocked. They get it back in though. It's cleared by Roman, and Labastides will keep this in. And maybe we can do something on the counter. He finds Caicedo making a run forward. 10 minutes to go. He puts a nice ball in for Arias. He's hit it straight at Maldonado though, and it will remain 2-0 today. Edmonds Green misses a header here, and it's Renteria in on goal, and he buries it. It is 2-1. And they have got on this board for this tie. Is it too little too late though? Hopefully. Edmonds Green, he has been caught out by a few of those this season, but he's still by far our best centre back. However, hopefully that doesn't precede a collapse. It remains 3-1 on aggregate with 5 to go. Throw in, 86 minutes gone. It is 2. Cucuta Deportivo. Roman finds Orrego in space, or a little bit of space in the midfield. Plays it back to Suarez. Caicedo will find Labastidas after a hat-trick. Plays it back to Roman. Suarez, we're holding possession, which is exactly what I want us to do in this sort of situation. Caicedo up to Arias. Labastidas. Suarez. Roman in space on the right, or a little bit. Back to Caicedo. Roman, these two 1-2ing. Harlan Suarez has a shot, it's blocked, and now they look to get us on the counter. Reyes. Oh dear boys, someone put a tackle on it, I wouldn't mind in this situation. Back to Espinosa. And maybe this is a highlight for them, which would really make it squeaky bum time. Mena. No highlight, and it's now 89 minutes. That was a funny one. I will just slow things down here. I mean, yeah, it's that time in the tie, isn't it, to really frustrate them. We might also take off Philippe Roman. I think might be something just to slow things down. We'll bring Jean James on it right back. And we've got 4 minutes of injury time. They need 2 goals and very quickly, and it would not appear as if it's going to happen for Orsomarso. We are past the allotted time. James to Caicedo. James running down the right with those fresh legs. Puts it in for Labastides. That is full time. And we have won the first stage of the Colombian second division. In the end, you'd have to say we deserved it. More shots overall, especially the second leg. A bit frustrating that they got a goal if they're only one on target, but that was a mistake by Edmonds Green at the back, you would have to say, once they started to go more direct towards the end of the game. But an early penalty and goal to Labastides to go with his first league volley will see us into the promotion playoff at the end of the year, if there is to be one. Of course, if we do win the second phase version of this as well, we won't need a promotion playoff. We'll be going up anyway. Tell the boys we did a good job of managing the tie, and there we are, 3-1 on aggregate. We've got a good chance now to go up at the end of the year. So here are the news articles about our win. They suggest that first game was crucial. I'm not so sure about that, but as I said, puts us in a really good position for the rest of the season as well. It means that if we want, we can really target the cup in the second half. Obviously, we do have a very tough fixture against Athletic Nacional, I believe was the team. We'll just have a quick look here. Atletico Nacional in late July and early August. That is also two-legged, so that's something that we'll have to keep an eye on. I think we should probably give Bogota a bit of screen time this time round too, because when we have played them, they have been very entertaining game-wise. We get 1.84 million for that. I wonder if that's gonna. We've got a trophy that's gonna be nice on the resume. There's a few players tired. They will get a rest. It's now a month till our next game. Moises Sandoval and Labastides potentially in line for a Colombian call-up. That is interesting coming from the second division. But that is it for now. We'll look at this transfer budget. So with the window coming up between now and the next episode, it's 608,000. The wage budget down to 9,900. That is due to the contracts I've had to offer players. Quite a few of them wanting raises. Of course, we do have a few player sales that are coming out. Juan Chavara, the main one. All the rest of these players going out on frees, except for the striker, Johan Gomez. So we're going to get 230. What am I talking about? $210,000 coming in. So we will have a bit of space for another player. In terms of where we're looking, we'll just have a quick look. I think maybe centre-back's an area where we could improve. We've got decent players without having world beaters. We'll look at the players who are interested in coming here and what they are after. One, Jose Martinez, young 18-year-old. He could be good. He could be very good, to be fair. He isn't the tallest, 1.8, but is definitely someone I'm keeping an eye on. Currently at Boyacá Chico, a player. Of course, the bonus with that sort of signing is that it weakens one of our rivals, although they did fall off at the end of the season. Just looking at who else we could go for. Dennis Mena, 28 years old, probably less. So Juan Pablo Delgado, 24, a little bit taller. I think the 18-year-old might be the one if we're going to go after someone that we will look at. I'm happy with both my left backs at the moment. Of course, that was an area that we've still got an injury to Quenu, but the way that Acosta's going, and we can always call up a youth player, I guess, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Now, the other one that, of course, I have mentioned quite a few times to untick that interested in transfer, because I'm pretty sure he still is Andrew Parra. Now, I'm pretty sure we can pick this guy up for 500,000 because that's what we nearly did when Hernan Venegas, or when we had that offer for Hernan Venegas. In terms of a backup striker, this guy does look exceptionally good. That could be the issue, trying to get him on the right contract. But he's a player I really would like to get. You look at those stats and he just looks all over a very good player to have up front for when Hernan Venegas is not firing. The scouts love him. He's very similar to Venegas. It allows us to have a bit more firepower up front. And behind that, we've got the likes of Dario Rodriguez and the player who came off of the bench the last game, Arias, who are solid strikers, but it would be really nice to get this guy before we go up to the top division, just in case we did get an injury to someone like Venegas, because that could be one that really would hurt us. But yeah, we've also got a player, Lucas Besozzi, on trial, Argentinian. He looks decent. He's actually very quick. Another player who could be worth a look, especially on a free. Also wanted by Nashville in the MLS, so that's interesting. But I think those are the main areas. We are losing a player in midfield, Lopez. For what we would get there, probably not worth dipping into the market. Of course, we've got some good young players coming through. Lasso, Urego, we've got Acosta. They are all stepping up in that position. It's a part of the pitch we are quite deep in all of a sudden, which is good to see. So I think we'll be fine there. And what else was, we're losing a goalkeeper. That was the other area. Again, as I said, we've got a bit of depth coming through. We've got Noah Sutric, who can definitely improve. We might see how we get on. If we can get someone on the right contract, it might be something that we look to do. But I think the main areas that we might look to strengthen up are centre-back. That's one I think we should be looking at, because even though we're not conceding many goals, we're not getting great performances out of one of our centre-backs most of the time. So that's one that I think we could go after. And as I said, if we have the money, I would really like to get Parra in. But it will also depend on the right contract. And yeah, we'll see how we get on in this month between games. As I said, I think we should really give Bogota a bit of screen time. I probably won't focus on the league too much for the rest of this year, or until we get knocked out of the cup. Just because we're already through to that playoff final. So I think our plan might be a day or two until the next episode, just due to that transfer window. But then I think we'll give Bogota some screen time. As I said, they've been really entertaining in the games we've played them so far. So I think they've earned a bit of screen time on YouTube, and then we'll do the Atlético Nacional games. They might have to be split over a few episodes, just with a few games lying in between those. And if we do progress in the cup, we'll continue the focus there. Otherwise, we can go back to doing some league games until we hopefully get into the group semi-final stage for Torneo Finalización, which, considering how good we've been in the first half of the year, you'd think we can make the top 8 in the second half. I should also mention that another job came up that I applied for. Pohang Steelers in South Korea, a team who aren't bad. They should be doing a lot better than they are in the league, and you look at the overview, not as rich as Guangzhou, but that probably means we actually have a shot at the job. And they have won the AFC Champions League 3 times, so they've actually got more Champions Leagues than Guangzhou, so could be an interesting job, that one. So we'll just see what happens there. I mean, it's another 3-star reputation club, and we're at 2. We will have a look at the profile just in case it's gone up. Oh, it has. Oh, that makes things interesting. Maybe we will be a little bit more sexy to them. Yeah, we've jumped up to 45% reputation from 40. Okay, could be an interesting start to the next episode with a month in between games. Yeah, so I suppose it will be the Bogota or perhaps a new team where we can get back on track at a team that is a bit closer to Champions League glory than this one is. I think we've seen so far this year that this team, Cucuta Deportivo, are by far and away better than the division that they're in. But it's whether they can take that next step up and be better than the likes of Atlético Nacional consistently and get into the Copa Libertadores. Not sure. But we'll see what happens while I progress off screen and in the transfer window. But as I said, if you have enjoyed today's video, then make sure to leave a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with this Hexagon challenge. And until that Bogota game, where we will also be doing a transfer window roundup or introducing you to a new squad, we'll see what happens. Enjoy the next few days. Cheers.